Hello and welcome to Scholar Coaching. If you'd also like to participate, follow the link below and access the replay inbox. In there, go ahead and drop your replay file, ball chasing link, or YouTube video of you playing your preferred game mode, and mention your competitive rank or 6-man's rank if possible. If any of this doesn't make any sense to you while watching the video, feel free to follow up on my Scholar School of Learning series in my video playlist. We go over all the basic ideas and general rotations that are talked about in these replay analysis. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Get the side boost. Oh no, you do get it. Wow, I thought I was going to get stolen. That goes slow. Start. You take the turn here, that's okay. It'd be cool if you got a little bit of vision on your challenge. So like as you're coming through, if you're just ball cammed off right here, or the same way just flicked your camera over to the left to see flames, you might be able to pick a better play on this. But overall, you took the ball because your teammate couldn't follow it. You had a little bit of boost to get the breakthrough, chip over, try to beat him. That was a little camera glitch going. Bang, touch. Yeah, good demo there, good try. Wave dashing up here is fine. Kai, good try in the demo there. Try not to overdrift and boost into this. So the second this crosses over, you already see Prism, or you know that your teammate is third here, right? And if this drops back to him, or if this comes off to the corner, you just want to give him that ball and just rotate out here. Use your momentum and your recovery here to get out. Don't try to stay into this one for too long. So like ball cam off, double check your teammate and just turn behind him, come out. If you need to get boost, you can get side boost here. He saved that for you. And then you'll be able to turn in and re-engage here, right? But just walk in, boom, hit that ball, and then you got that re-engagement. You can take it up the wall here for a play on the sidewall. Flames is awkward, Echo's awkward. You could be putting this center net right now, or you could even be getting a possible Doomsday opportunity. And this could be a goal or a shot or a pressure in it. Yeah, so then when you re-engage this, you're coming in a little too hot. You know you're beat here. So JJ is like easily dusting you. Don't jump off this. You should probably fake this or stay on the wall a little bit longer. Like if you want to go high, I'd recommend that you bubble up high to force him, so he has to go low, or he hits it into you, and then with that you're faking coming straight back down, so you're recovering back in. You might be able to demo Echo, or this guy here as he's coming through. You might be able to get a demo on their third man, opening up their net for the next play. But you already know you're beat. You're going to get dusted on this. There's no point for you to come diving into it. It's better just to let this get hit over you than just demo the guy in the midfield here. If you demoed Flames right now, when this ball gets broken through, right? If Flames is dead, they don't have anyone to jump for that, right? So if Flames had a better jump, this could be pressure on your net. And in the same way, if he's dead, then your teammate just gets a free clear, and then now you guys are shooting on their net while Flames is respawning awkwardly. This is a little sucks. Pass up to Prism though, that's good. Good utilization for your extension. Okay. You hold the midfield here a little bit. Try to identify your third as you're crossing over right now. See what he's available for, because like you're in a space right now where you're on dead time. There's like no guarantee that your teammate will pass this out to you. Covering the midfield is really strong though, because it keeps from Flames having a free clear or Echo having a free clear. Whoever's gonna be covering the midfield in their team, I don't really know off the top of my head right now. But it's good that you're covering midfield, but a little bit of ball came off right now. Identify Prism. He's crossing over really aggressively, right? He's trying to push in if this fails. So now you need to draw yourself a range of options, right? If your teammate's coming in to cover the immediate drop or fall into this zone here, then anything less than a mid pass to you that you can pass back to your boy here, or a shot on net from a redirect, anything less than those options in this yellow zone, and you just got to leave it. And so when this ball freezes in the pink zone right here, right, and it stops, you know that Prism is already ready to go. So now you just want to force them to throw it away, and then Prism gets a free shot. But vice versa, if you try to engage this and you commit really hard right now, right, and let's say you get a touch of this, right, let's say you dust him and you get a touch. Bop, bop, right? Now you're making James and Prism take a 50, and Kai's going to try to leave here. This boost might not be here in the next play, right? It might not be here in this current play. The next time this happens, it might not be there. You're pushing Kai back with 0 boost, more likely than not, right? And if this ball gets lost in that 50, or your third man gets dusted as he's baited in, this could be a shot on your net, and this guy's 0 boost in net. But if you just force and let this get hit by Echo, it's getting played to Prism for free. That's a goal. You turn out and are covering the second man, or you're able to bail to third in case Kai is trying to turn back up on sidewall for him for a forward pass and so on, right? Or another option, or maybe Kai's trying to go into the play, so you just want to leave. There's a lot of range of things that could happen here, of course. But the main thing is, like, you're not gaining a whole lot here by taking this hit. And unless if you get a guaranteed possession, which with Echo taking a 50 on you here, I wouldn't be guaranteeing possession on this. There's really no way that you can guarantee that. You could definitely have a good chance for it. But yeah, you're basically just letting them pass out the Flames. Flames overstepped. So at this point, right, now that basically what I was talking about came true almost. You force it back, Jordan passes mid here, or Echo passes mid here, and Prism's getting baited into engage this. Imagine if Flames was just a little bit farther back. Like, Flames came a little bit more passive. He was like, oh, my teammate slowed down. Let me just go ahead and coast right here, right? Pop, up, bang. Look at Kai. How much boost this guy got? 27. If this was getting hit right now by Flames on the net, with Kai having 27, what's the likelihood he saves that? I wouldn't put money on it, to be honest. Now, it is possible he saves it, and it's possible it could not be that risky, but there's a whole lot less risk, and you get very similar pressure in the net just a little bit later if you just fake it, let Echo throw it away by himself, bring Prism in with you ready to cut in and force out for Kai, and then now we have that range of opportunities that's getting this more control in the field, more pressure. We're guaranteeing Prism a readable hit because he has to read a 50 from you and him. But if he just has to dunk someone's bad hit, that's much easier to read than trying to read a 50, right? Or trying to read a pinch. Bang. Turns into a goal. Prism did really well. Their Flames overstepped on their side, so that really shouldn't have, like, that should have been 50'd at least, to be honest. But at the end of the day, Flames overstepped. It is solo queue, or it's not solo queue, it's ranked. And, you know, ranked is ranked. You could be an SSL, you could be, you know, in whatever MMR you want to be in. And people are going to make mistakes like that, and that's gonna turn out the way it did. Bang. Bang. Little overstepped here, made it awkward for yourself. So as you're coming down, I'd recommend, you know, you didn't wave dash, which is good, but I'd recommend slowing down and stopping at the post, and then starting to drive forward again once it looks like they're going to make contact. So stop here. Flames is now coming in, right? So he's making that, he's closing that gap. So really you're gonna stop, and then as he's closing that gap to come in, you start to drive forward little by little. That way, as he makes contact, you're able to jump on that ball no matter where it goes, really, right? You have that momentum to get anything on the far side. If it goes high, you're still far enough back where you can get it into the corner where, look at that, Prism is. Now Prism gets the clear out, and you get that control in the field. Really big opportunities. Really hold this back post a little bit longer here. Start to drive forward as he starts to close the gap, and then as he makes contact, try to be as close to this post line with forward momentum as he makes contact. So drive forward, now you're up, right? Very easy for you to clear out here now to Kai, or in the same way, you can see it's out, right? Because you have momentum fighting forward. You can go for the rebound, see that no one's coming in because you're from farther back, so your camera's lower. You see Echo's not coming in, you know Jay's recovering behind you, and Flames is recovering off to the right. So you can pick your choice a lot better there. But in the same way, if you jump up for it with a little bit farther back position, and they're shooting from midfield, you guarantee that ball back out to a teammate a lot more reliably, and you'll get more control on that as a team. Come back to net here, wait for the shot. No. So Prism's coming in here a little kind of sketchy on his line, but he is trying to push into second, right? He's not turning back to net. He's coming back upfield into second, and it's a slow, sloppy second. Really, if you're going to be playing, you know, if you're going to try and take mid here, you should take it already. You shouldn't be turning back in towards net. If you think Prism's going to third, you should just go ahead and just drive it to mid. Call that mid verbally. You're in comms with these guys, and just let your team know that I am mid here, so Prism knows to stay a little bit farther back. Now, you didn't call that, and you started to go behind him here. So really, at this point, just commit to third. Be ready. Allow Prism to push in aggressively. Stay facing the counter player, the shot on net, or to intercept Flames pass, right? And then when this ball drops to Prism, now you can come in here, and you're still going to be able to show up for Echo's clear, up, shot here. Or if this does turn into a midfield pass, right, you see Prism has the free touch right here. You could drive in mid with big momentum, and if he passes it, because now that you have the momentum, and even if you're just a little bit far behind yourself, right, so bigger momentum from a little bit behind yourself right here is going to turn into a faster time to this point here, because now that you're accelerating, you'll end up covering this distance slower than a slightly longer distance with speed, right? You're going to carry the speed over. So holding this farther position back, building momentum during that free touch could mean a lot. And the same way, since you're a little bit farther back in your face of the play, you'd also be able to stop when you see it's not a pass to you, slow down, wait for Echo, then come up and shoot that ball, or make a play coming in direct here, punishing JJ for, you know, stepping on the net a little bit, or really, beating this guy completely rather than taking a 50 against him on the sidewall. Bang. Okay, cool. Good clear. You start to take midfield a little bit. They're a little awkward. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this one primarily because, like, no one's really engaging directly on Prism right now, and JJ's back passing this to himself or bringing it back. So you take it mid here. There's not really a good chance that they get a clear to your net, so it's okay for you to take mid here. Just make sure you get a calm on that, right? Make it happen. And now that Prism's leaving, you're pretty okay to push into this. It's good that you didn't overcommit to mid here. You started to shadow and cut this off here. And since you have a follow-up and you're guaranteeing that, that's okay. But again, this could end up being a little risky. Like if this guy took it higher up the wall, right? We don't want you committing to that if you try to chip it over you. We want you to fake and get ready. But since he dropped it and went low, you can guarantee that, and so I'm okay with this challenge. Good read on the challenge here. Get that opportunity. Chase. Little hit over Jay. Little awkward. Ideally, you know, Kai stays into this one. You could drop it to Kai midfield here. Oh, he is kind of staying in, right? Look at him turn in here. So really, since Kai's turning in here, he might have not called it, but ideally your extension's always going to turn into midfield here, right? Or be available in some way for midfield. And so if you hit this downwards in the mid, this should be a free goal for Kai because Flames is hitting into net. This guy's backboard, right? So any hit backboard's defended by him. Any shot on net's defended by him. And so if you hit it into midfield now, they can shoot it behind or underneath both of them where it's awkward. So passing the mid here is really, really strong when you see someone backboard and someone back post. Or not back post, but near post. But when you see someone post and backboard, it's really important here, really strong to make a midfield pass here, right? A little hard to read that and make it happen in the heat of the moment, but if you can make that adjustment mechanically, like with a forward flip instead of a diagonal flip to hit it back in the mid, like soft even, that'd be really, really punishing to them. Getting the early jump to get it behind them, okay? You get a wall recovery, head back, that's okay. They get an interception on your teammate, you turn back into net outside the post, that's good. You just push in a little bit second here. Take the backboard, nice. Get a little bit small clear out. Kai's up fast. You push in, over you. Good try. This is 50able, but you're also really, really low boost. You could start a shadow here for Prism instead. This could be a lot more reliable. At this point with 20 boost. If you had like 60, you could probably burn boost all the way through the recovery and jump up and dust this kid. But at the end of the day, with 20, you might just want to fake it, let him clear it to corner, and then if he drops it or he messes up in a way, you're still only fake challenge, you're able to come in and engage or wrap back around and get a wall hit here. And if he bangs it, right, you're able to rotate out to third as your teammate who's already in third is able to engage during that same time, right? He'd be able to get that free ball. He's already getting ready to go back in net. Now you're outfield. You get a bump here, so you buy a little bit of time. Awkward on the net there for your team. They get the save though. You grab your 12s, try to make that vertical, really close. I want to see your double jump. That guy's already up. Hard to see. How's your pullback? I don't think your pullback's really coming in that well right now. I think you're pulling back a little late. Yeah, you're double jumping and then pulling back. You're definitely double jumping then pulling back. You just started pulling up and you jumped so low here. This is not you holding the first jump. You're just double jump pulling back. You're not going to reach this. With 28 boost and the way you're double jump aerial, you're not going to reach this. You have to pull back before the first jump, right? So be pulling back as you start the straight line right here. Pull back the joystick, and then jump and hold for about, you know, like a quarter of a second is really what it comes down to. About a quarter of a second, hold it, and and then your nose should be semi-facing up by the time you engage that second jump. And you might even engage the second jump around the same space, but you'll just be a little bit higher because you held the jump, right? You're going to be holding that first jump, and so you'll end up being a little bit higher. Then you're going to just jump again and add your boost, or jump again, finish the pullback, and then boost, which is ideally what you want to do for a double jump area with low boost. If you want to see a pretty close to proper, I have a clip in my clip section on Twitch. It's 38 boost ceiling, or double jump ceiling, whatever it's called. I basically double jump from the ground to the ceiling with 38 boost, got a flip reset on it, right? And more or less, you can see that the car's slightly pulling back. It's not a whole lot, but just slightly between the first and second jump. And then it's, release, jump, pull back again, and then boost after you're adding the angle. You have to do it very quick. It's very difficult to do. It's not something that I can do every day, and not really anything that most people do every day. But you're nowhere close to doing this, and that's the problem. Anyway. You wouldn't get to the ceiling with 42 boost, 41 boost, or anything like that, which you should be able to do reliably, honestly. You should be able to reliably reset off the ceiling with 41 boost. Anyway, I'd also recommend, though, line-wise on this play, coming into this, you see your teammate had a free touch earlier than this. So you see, boom, Prism has a free touch. I'd recommend turning it here, right, to go for his pass. Turn in, and then just go up and engage this heading into the corner or the right wall, because that's where Prism's landing as extension, as you can usually expect, because that's where he's clearing that momentum. And so if you dusted this guy heading this way, you hit the wall, Prism can go up the wall and clear it. Or in the same way, if you 50 him, it goes into the corner, Prism will be able to turn and then re-engage from the corner or the other teammate in net. It's not too dangerous. I'd recommend turning it earlier on this one, not trying to go all the way back to net. You don't need to. Your extension, your teammate had a free touch. It's okay to step out for your teammate's free touch. Bang. Good job identifying the space there between you and JJ, but you really fucked up this wall play here. To be real, you could take more time on the wall here and bait in JJ than cross pass to Kai. Kai's holding out for you right here. Jumping off the wall like that, if you had the solo play, there could have been a lot that could have happened to you. You just kind of fucked it up. Definitely want to clean those up a little bit. When the ball's off the wall there, figure out how you want to play those, double tap, whatever it comes down to. And honestly as well, looking at this play again, chip, right? So it's chipped off the wall like this. Yeah, look at, like you can see JJ's like rushing into the center of net. If you bang this for a double tap, he's not defending that. He didn't grab wide here. You can see him going inside between the two lines, right? Between the post lines here. He's heading between them and inside the net. So if you double tap the short side or double tap it anywhere, really, this is basically a free goal. If you went wide this way, you can't double tap this. You could flip reset. You could fake for a shot on a flip reset. There's a lot you could do. But since he's going inside it, you could just do something as simple as a double tap right here, and it'd basically be a goal. There's a lot of distance as well, though. So again, you have to work on that setup. Maybe you tried to musty double tap that. I don't know. But you definitely messed up. Good 50 on Kai. You're pushing in. I like how you checked a little bit of the left side of the field there. That was strong. You play behind Kai here. Understandable. Don't turn out yet. Don't turn out. There's a chance that Echo could fail, right? So right now, you're holding second position. Your objective is second position is best case scenario. And so when this ball goes forward like this, yeah, this is not a pass. Like, it's not a pass to you, right? But you never set up for the pass to begin with. Like, if you wanted Kai to pass to you, you would have just been here, right? But, like, you're back here, which means that you were never set up to a pass anyway. So why do you care if this is not a pass? You're setting up for the immediate failure of the opponents. You're setting up for the punishment, right? This is the position for opponent punishment. So when Echo goes up this backboard, what if he whiffs and chips the ball right here, or just whiffs altogether, right? That's what you're setting up for. If this ball gets cleared, who's behind you? If it gets cleared, who's behind you, Jordan? Real quick. Prism. Exactly, right? Prism is behind you, which means that if you turn around and you start rotating back right now, are you needed behind you right now? Do you need to do that? Like, what are you gaining for your team? All you're doing is doubling up, right? So when it comes down to this, and by the way, hold on, give me a second. I'm adding chat to this for the. I figured for YouTube it should be kind of nice to have. If I put like chat above the boost over here underneath the pen, and that way people will see the conversation I'm having with you. That when I do these live, if they are being done live. But yeah, so if you're hitting this ball, or you're getting ready for this ball to get cleared, right? And Prism's not really behind you. He's doing some weird shit over here. But, you know, like, he should be, like, here. He could be here facing in. And if he was rotating back, wrapping around, he's still effective. But if this ball gets cleared, right, and you turn out, all you're doing is just getting in his way, or his way, or his way, right? You're just blocking him. There's no point. If you just face in, though, and you let it get cleared out, and then you rotate after the fact, right? Now he just gets the clear. You're not in his way anymore. You're rotating out during his hit. There's plenty of time for you to rotate out later. You don't need to turn out early. Let's see where this ball goes. Echo bangs. This is over your head. You don't need to be here, right? Bang. Look at that. You just cut off Kai. Granted, Kai didn't need to be here. This should be Prism's ball. Prism should have been literally right here this whole time. And then flat out, Echo bangs. Oh, let me just go up the wall, and let me just go get this, right? You and Kai shouldn't be here, like, period. But at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. Like, you guys do what you do. But, like, you're pre-turning out just to get in front of your teammate that's already available, right? You did not need to be here. You could have, in the way that Kai also played this, you could have stepped out and demoed Flames during this whole time. And then now this would have been an open midfield for Prism to show up to. Flames would have never been here for this play, so that literally would have been a free shot slash play for Prism. All opportunities there. You did not need to turn out there. And then if they failed it, you would have never punished it, because if you would have turned out preemptively. Stay third here. Okay, so this is some basic ball clearing rule mistake, right? You see Kai, you see Prism. You see both your teammates, and you see both of them pushing up. Kai's on recovery time. He can't rotate out. He's on extension. He can't move anywhere. Prism's also pushing down midfield here, and you're pre-flipping into Prism's zone. Prism cannot see you. In accordance to the ball cam rule, if you can see your teammate, they cannot see you. By default. There's going to be a few exceptions to this, but by default, just assume they can't see you, right? If we go to Prism, he cannot see you. So when you show up here, you're completely just double positioning on him right now, right? That's all you're doing. And then now you're super wide. Who's passing to you? Why are you out wide like this? Right now, there's a few results that could happen, right? If this ball's coming through here and Kai just like hits this ball on net, it's not a pass to you, right? If this goes, oh, and if he passes into mid, why wouldn't Prism just take the shot rather than wait for you to take the shot when Echo could turn it and 50 you, right? Why would Prism not just take the shot? So what use are you right now? Who's passing to you? I'm so lost on this. Now, here's what you're supposed to be doing, because Prism's already covering the midfield pass, right? He's already getting ready to engage this zone, right, for the midfield pass. If the ball goes over Kai and over here, who's covering this? Does Prism know he's supposed to be covering that if you're this wide? Who's supposed to be covering that? Because Kai needs to take this challenge, right? Kai's supposed to take this challenge. I don't think we'll disagree about that. But who's going to save the ball if it goes over Kai? That's your job. You're the only one that can see that you're supposed to be there. Prism only sees Kai and sees that there might be a dunk and pass opportunity mid. Kai just sees the ball and he needs to go to the ball to make force for the team. And you see both your teammates making a play like that, and you're deciding just to stand out here in the midfield doing nothing. I do not know what you're covering right now, and I don't know who's passing to you. What are you accomplishing by doing this? Like, legitimate questions. Because, like, if you are accomplishing something that I'm not thinking of, I would love for you to tell me so I can implement that in the future. But, like, until somebody tells me what the fuck you're doing there that isn't already covered by Prism, or, like, that actually makes likely sense, it just makes no sense. Now, this ball fails, and Prism is expecting you to be in third, right? And so he's rotating out wide side here to go back post line, and you're just in his way. He's expecting you to be here. So when this ball gets cleared or forced by Kai, right? We're expecting someone to be able to engage this and play with Kai, right? And so now you're coming in late. When Kai is turning out here, if you're in third, and this ball drops and fails and it bounces, you can just come in, go up, and just shoot over flames or make him pop it. And then now we had a rotation, right? So it's just like there's a lot of lost space going on right now. Anyway. You make the force really late. It ends up double committing on Kai there because Kai made 2 rotations and you just were so late that he thought that you were never going to get there. Understandable. Now, in the same way, you should probably calm what you're doing in this situation, like calm that you're going for this, and then Kai can just hit the brakes. You might have missed that calm, or Kai might have ignored you. All possibilities. Prism comes in. You don't really get a demo there. It'd been cool if you demoed Jay on this one. So as you're coming through, you see Jay landing in front of you. Before you flip, just go ahead and drive, line up with Jay, and then flip into him and bump him here. Any demo of Jay right now is really, really strong on your way back. And then if you go slower on the way back and grab the side boost, give Echo the free touch. They don't have Jay to follow it up now, right? So you would even be able to grab the side boost later. Hold this upfield position. There's still no risk because Kai's still in for the shot. You rotate out now, right? You can miss this 50, doesn't matter. Because they're playing this ball into the sidewall. So if you just arrived at back post and you never take this 50, all they're doing is hitting it off the sidewall, which Prism just gets a free clear on. So like your rotation back was unnecessary. Granted, in solo queue and a lot of times in ranked, I would recommend doing it because it's just safer, right? By being back, you're able to be available for more opportunities that could be going onto the net. Taking this 50 might be better because JJ might have been in a better position. Randomly in solo queue, like JJ might have driven out wide here for some reason. That's right now, but at the end of it, when Echo makes his cross pass, it's shootable. And by you being available for this, it might be a possibility that he could have been here and taking the shot on net and not just taking a useless touch. So I mean, there's reasons that you could be there for that, but in most cases, when it comes down to that, you already had a teammate in net that had the free save. You could have rotated back a little bit later and been available for the forward pass. And then if you were available for the forward pass and they made it, you would have had the extension to clear that back over the opponent's side and then make that clear out. Way back here is fine. Your teammate had the line on this, which kind of sucks because they just landed and got this. But you went up first, honestly. Comms maybe. I don't really know. More trust. If this boy can't trust you and you're actually teaming with him, maybe rethink your teammate choices. If you're just playing some ranked with the boys, nothing wrong with this. This happens in the ranked. Chip off to the side, you chase, try to get it. Unfortunate. Get stuck on this double commit here. So after this, like really, any touch you can try to get on this is beneficial. Good job trying to go for it. You rotate back here, which is really strong because Prism was stuck upfield. Good job not flipping to your position here, just being available. Good speed. I like that you solo play this down to mid. Really close to the right idea. You're trying too hard to play it upwards in some of these passes, right? If you do not have a shot on net right now, it's almost better 9 out of 10 times just for you to fake the initial flip and hit on this and just to get a kill, just like a dying hit short side, and just let Prism shoot this from short side or try to your best to. If you can bang this off ceiling to him, that'd be pretty good, but it's so hard to do. It's almost better for you just to go above it and just shoot it down to him. More direct on the pass. Sometimes a powerful hit that even goes over him most of the time, that's not shootable, is better than just handing it off to their backboard, because in the chance that you shoot a powerful pass to your teammate midfield that might not get shot 1 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times, maybe only 20% chance he touches it, at least it made it to him. This pass never made it to anybody. It wasn't pressure on their net, nothing accomplished here. Bang this off ceiling to him there, yeah, and that's just really tough to do, to be real. That's like a 1 out of 50 chance that you actually make that pass most of the time, because it's so hard for your flick to be powerful enough to hit that off the ceiling to get it to him, or in the same way to make it to where it's not soft enough to where it doesn't get intercepted by the guy covering backboard. Because if it goes too soft off ceiling, the guy at backboard can just jump off backboard and take it a direct aerial to it, and it's basically a free save. Yeah, close to the same on this one. You're taking initial challenge here to beat Echo, so it's understandable this ends up being a little slow and sloppy. Unfortunately, you weren't able to get a more powerful hit to your teammate. That's understandable, because you just had to beat Echo there. That was the primary objective. You didn't have a free touch. You played up the wall. Good job checking back for your third to make sure he wasn't on side boost. It'd be good, or like really strong right now, if you gave a quick flick of the camera too, because in that heat of the moment, it's very hard to see if Kai was close or not. But at this point, it's basically benefit. It's either one of you taking this. Doesn't really matter. But a quick flick to see if he had the free touch, you know, would be really good because he's jumping for this. He actually ended up jumping for this, which is like a waste of his time. He has so much space. You can just drive up the wall and get a really powerful bang on this either way. There's no point in what he did. But he ended up committing, right? And a quick flick of the camera to identify that would have been really strong. Right, your teammate gets demoed. Kai comes in. You take midfield here for him. This is good. He had a free touch, and then he dropped it, right? So a big rule of thumb for second mans in a lot of cases is if the ball does not get past you within 2 to 3 touches, or like within like a second, basically, it's a solo play. The second is a solo play, hit the brakes, try to cover from behind Kai. So boom, he hits the brakes here. He's not jumping for a pass. Hit the brakes, right? If he's not jumping for a pass here, just slow down and stop. Now this ends up failing, and now you have a shadow opportunity if you need it to get it back to your teammate, or you'll be able to wrap in quicker to engage this from a straight line on the side of it. It's 0 seconds, so the chance of you needing a shadow there is unlikely, but your teammate wasn't passing it anyway, so you're not really covering anything. Because there's no pass, there's no reason to be midfield. So you may as well play the slow second behind him, and then cover the chance of it to fail, or for him to go for a solo play and bang it off backboard. Now you have a better line into the next shot, and so on. Stay out, reset, okay. Bang, wait. You're up, nice. The speed there is good. They could have dusted you on this if they really wanted to. But Echo did get bumped, so it's fair. It's fair game on that. But you kind of jumped before he got bumped, so I'm still going to put money that he could have beat you that, so I'd be careful about jumping for those in the corner, especially on touch. So when you're last man back, let me just put it this way. When you're last man back right now, and you know you're last man back, you see both your teammates, right? Simple ball cam rule. If you cannot shoot or get a direct pass to somebody that can shoot it, do not jump unless if it's free. And it's not technically free because, like, imagine, like, even JJ here. If JJ just jumped for this ball and went for it, boom. He probably will beat you to this ball. Right? There's a good chance he'll probably beat you. And the chance that Echo does get bumped, he dusts you to this ball. The man has even 20 boosts, just 20 boosts up the wall here. He'll dust it over you, and then JJ has a free line in your net. And you jumped it in nothing. Nothing about it. Right? There's no shot here. There's no direct pass. It's always going to turn out that way where nothing happens. Nice. Teammate gets a chip. Good job going to third here. You could collect a better pad line or go a little bit wider as well. What your Prism has this first catch and touch. You could be landing to head and go wider here, 12 this way, and then grab the 12 outside your post line. So when you're turning in, if this play failed or if you got flicked and then dunked, rather than you turning in and leaving the net, you'd be turning into the net to cover it. Because, like, you're pushing up now, and there's no pass to you anyway, which is good that you're deeper back as third here. But, like, yeah, you already understand there's no play for you here upfield, so you may as well go out deeper and be more available. But in that case, then you may as well go wider and cover the actual net. Bit awkward on the setup here. The boy's covering the wall here, so make sure that whatever you do with this, you do get a touch that's consistent to midfield. Or in the same way here, you could, like... Well, it's not, it did turn out to the worst thing in the world. I just have the feeling that you tried to go up the wall with that when the guy was on the wall challenging you, and it just turned out to a midfield hit, and then you just coincidentally make the hit, and it worked, you know? But, like, I don't think that was your plan when you wanted that first touch. I don't think that was what you were intending with the first touch. Maybe because of the hesitation that it took you to jump off the wall. That sucks. Yeah, so again here, right, if you have a teammate you trust that's leaving, right, or the same way, it's like, so... If you're third man, there's no way you make it in front of net for a free goal. There's just no way. If you're second man, you'll make it as long as you commit. So right now, when this ball gets hit behind you, if you trust Kai and you want to commit to second man, all you gotta do is stop and wait for the hit. Then you drive forward on this hit, and now you wait for the whiff and you take the shot, right? You'll make it in time. The second you turn out and you leave here, you've now committed to third position. And it doesn't matter how free of a goal this is, you will never make it there in time because you committed to third. What you did here is a good idea. Committing to third is a good idea. But you need to commit to third. Prism is stuck on their side of the field with low boost. He will not get back to net in time if this next play failed and you waited. If Kai lost this pass and got dunked by Flames, you'd have been too slow. It's probably a free goal. You going to third was a good idea, all right? Now, try to come back in, though, is a bad idea because by default, you should expect yourself to lose. If you stayed out third, drove in waiting for Echo's hit, then jumped for the shot here, you might have had a 50 keeping in front of their side or might have been able to beat JJ to put it back center. In the same way, if you knew you were getting beat, you could have waited. He hits. Now you come in and play it off the wall. Now you might have a pass to mid here for someone else that can be available, right? You got Kai and Prism both on this right side here, right? So if you're taking the ball and getting ready to pass it mid, Prism could have been showing up while Kai left. Kai could have cut in while Prism stayed out. One or the other. There's a wide range of things that could have happened, right? Or in the same way, if you didn't commit, you could have also been available immediately mid, already facing in for the shot. And then as it gets played over, if it got played down, you'd have the shot on net. And as it gets played over, you turn out and you leave like normal, same usual rotation position that you're in anyway, right? But you'd have been available for the immediate shot. So there's a range of things. You have to commit to your play and just be willing to sacrifice what you need to sacrifice each position. You play third man not for the goal, but for the defense. You play second man not for the defense, but for the goal. And you got to be willing to sacrifice the other when you play each position. Now granted, when your teammate's already upfield stuck as extension in second man, you commit to third, that's a good thing. It's good to commit to third, but sacrifice the goal that you need to sacrifice. Because then you'll be faster and better and to keep that pressure opportunity. I like that you hold third here a little bit. It's good. It's strong. Your teammate has the free touch. You stay facing in. You could be quick and building momentum into this, which would be really strong because then you'd be dusting JJ, might have a shot on net. But it's also really tough. And so one thing I'd recommend for this is to start wider or deeper as third here, bubble out wide out here, turn in with big momentum. Don't stop, but just drive with big momentum, and then carry the momentum through and follow through, right? You'll save you from getting demoed sometimes, not all the time. And it'll also carry the momentum, get you here faster as it comes through. In the same way, this 50 is also happening pretty close to midfield here. If you just bubbled out and just stayed back here as third, he's coming in front of you. He's not coming out to you back here. You're also getting dusted by JJ. You just wait for the clear, and you end up getting the save on the cross through, right? You'll get the save on the follow through on the side. It's all said and done. That's the end of the game. That is what it is. Good tries. There's a lot of good things to talk about that, though. A lot of your upfield was being held. You went back for general midfield control in a couple of plays. You definitely did identify your third. Identifying your third is definitely a big issue, where you cut off your third a lot of times, or you ended up overplaying that. And a couple of areas as well, you're not committing to your position or sacrificing the side of your position that will be sacrificed from that play, which you can't control.